This is the latest Ford Focus estate. It's the big booted version of one of the UK's best-selling family cars, and it might make you question whether you really need an SUV. That might sound controversial given how popular they are at the moment, but the Focus estate has plenty to offer, whether you're a keen driver or just want a car to load up with stuff. Let's take a look at its best and worst bits. Looks. The latest Focus stands out much more than the old one. It has a striking and confident appearance and is genuinely attractive in some trim levels. Lashings of chrome make the top spec models even more eye-catching. We think the design's much more cohesive too. The previous Focus estate looked like it was the hatchback with a box bolted on the back. The new one, well, it's much better. Interior. You wouldn't think the interior of the current car came from the same company that made the previous Focus. All the buttons have disappeared and many of the functions are controlled by a slick touchscreen instead. Space is also pretty good, which isn't something you could say about the old car. You can fit 5 actual adults inside and all their stuff in the boot, which is actually bigger than the boot in a Mondeo. Driving experience. The Ford badge on the steering wheel means you're in for a good time if you show the Focus estate a set of twisty country roads. Sitting low to the ground, you don't get the body roll you get in an SUV, and the Focus feels agile and precise. The Focus estate has plenty of sensible engines if fuel economy is a top priority, but it also comes as a potent ST model with up to 276 brake horsepower, so it'll launch from 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 6 seconds. Image. An awful lot of people drive Fords. Think of the cars your friends and family drive and we'll bet that plenty have one. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean Ford lacks the same upmarket image as BMW or Audi, no matter how hard it tries with its Vignale models. And despite how great it is to drive, the Ford Focus name just isn't one that gets people excited. Boot. We won't lie, the boot space should be big enough for nearly all of your family requirements, be it holidays, runs to the tip or transporting mountains of flat pack furniture, but it doesn't have the biggest boot in the class. You'll need a Kia Ceed Sportwagon, Peugeot 308 SW or a Skoda Octavia estate for more room. After sales. Ford has the UK's largest network of dealers and reasonable servicing costs, but it seems that customers aren't always impressed with their experience at a Ford garage. Ford's finish in our 2020 Driver Power Owner Survey was a bit disappointing, coming in 24th place in a list of 30 brands. Not that too many people are put off, the Focus and Fiesta are 2 of the best-selling cars in the UK. There we go, the best and worst bits of the Ford Focus estate. If you're upgrading from an old Focus, it'll feel like you've bought a much more upmarket car, while the latest model is much better to drive than almost all of its rivals. It'll suit whether you want performance or efficiency, and if you need a big boot.